I haven't been told anything like that would happen. I obviously think that would be a great exploration for Ian and I's character, for these characters to kind of come together, and I think it would be interesting how they would do that, but they haven't said that
Would Bonnie do that to Elena, though?
Would Caroline do that to Elena with Stefan? She did. So what's the difference? Girl. Well, it's also, I think that it's more so of finding an intimacy between two people that doesn't exist in anything else. I'm doing this film, the Tammy Terrell biopic, and it's, everyone thought that her and Marvin Gaye had this thing because they did Ain't Around Pineapple, did all the songs, but apparently they never got together, but he was really like one of the loves of her life, I think. So it'd be interesting to see kind of something similar where you don't really see two characters ever get together, but you know that they really loved each other. I think that's also can be very powerful. So we'll see what they do.
What is the toll that it's going to take on Bonnie having her best friend Elena no longer around, or at least for the next 70 years?
Well, I think that you're going to get to see what Bonnie looks like alone. I mean, you kind of saw it where in Another Dimension you got to see the characters, the character really alone in another dimension, but she the whole time was really fighting to kind of get back to her friends. This is now Bonnie not getting back to anyone. She knows that she's really, her best friend is gone. And she's looking at Damon as kind of her comfort, or, what she knows, her best friend at that point, losing him. That's what I think.
Do you think Bonnie needs some more time to recover from all the trauma that Kai caused her?
I don't think she'll ever truly be over PTSD.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I think that affected her. What happened and everything with Kai set off a domino effect that I don't think anyone could have possibly imagined. She's definitely going to have trust issues, to say the least.
For sure.
Yeah.
We were told the heretics are the main villain this season, obviously, since Bonnie's a witch. Is she going to be pretty instrumental in fighting back against them?
Well, I'm hoping that Bonnie will be instrumental in fighting against anyone. I mean, we're talking about witches and vampires combined, which they said that was impossible to do. So you're going to see a bunch of, the magic and the vampirism just full front and center. I mean, it's things that they're doing that we've never done before on the show and that I've never seen. So, Bonnie kind of only being one side of that kind of coin, she's gonna be limited, but we'll see what she's capable of.
Although Bonnie has always been one to sacrifice herself, do you think she's feeling at least a little guilty about leaving Elena in the sleep spell?
Well, I think this was also dealt with in the season finale in the feather scene. To sum it up, it's not that she'll never not think about Elena or not in a lot of ways feel a little guilty, but I think that feather scene pretty much summed up where Elena and Bonnie left off.
Is there something in particular about season 7 you're looking forward to?
I mean, working with Ian Somerhalder, he's one of my best buds, and Ivana Chubik, our acting coach, who's been with us for been with me for 6 years, been with him about 8 or 9, maybe 10. She has some really cool stuff, and being able to work in the same way as an actor, I think creates a different kind of chemistry. I mean, Ian and I have only held hands, and yet all over the world, fans are going crazy and trying to put us together, and I think that, the work as an actor is kind of super important this season. That's really what my focus is just kind of making sure that all the scenes are as real and as honest, even though we're in this kind of sci-fi platform, that they can be, that people connect to the characters regardless of the crazy things that seem as supernaturally silly as possible.
I feel like Bonnie's always going through something traumatic, and she can't catch a break. Are we going to see her just be happy? I just want her to be happy next season.
Would that make great TV?
Well, Bonnie's gone through a lot.
It'd be nice for her to get a boyfriend.
Yeah. What is one thing that happens on the set that you think fans might be surprised about?
I sage the hallways.
Do you really?
I'm all about incense and crystals, and I'm super spiritual, and Paul and I meditate.
So those spells are probably kind of fun for you to do whenever you have to do the
Yeah, I'm always like, what are we talking about here? What does this mean?
What's the true meaning behind these?
Yeah, and you got to be careful with that stuff. But I have fun. Yeah, fun. But yeah, I think Julie walked in on me one day like it's Palo Santo. It's like what I forgot what they're called. They use them to like ward off like evil. It's really just an incense stick.
Yeah.
But I like was doing it in the hallway, and like Julie walked in, and I was like, just doing some witchy woo. No big deal. Just don't mind me. She was like, okay.
Can we get one more
That's it.
question? And speaking of fans, you were at Comic Con, so how do you feel about getting out of the bubble and in Atlanta, where you guys shoot the show and come here?
I hate leaving my bubble. I'm going to be honest with
Really?
you. I love my bubble with my 2 dogs, and no one gives 2 shits about me in Atlanta. I feel normal. I always feel a little weird when people are treating me different than them. I think if fans, and if any fans watching this could please do this, just come up to me like I'm like an old friend and just talk to me. Whenever there's this kind of hierarchy thing, it's never been what I wanted to be an actor for. I wanted to just be kind of a voice for people. So I think that for me that's the strangest thing about it. But it's nice to see them, and it's nice to be appreciated, and that people actually watch our show. The 2 people that watch our show.
In Brazil, a lot of people.
Oh, I know. My Brazil fans go hard. Yeah. Shout out to Flavia Mireles. She's my Brazil.
I know her.
You know Flavia?
Yeah.
She's there's a reason she's the captain. Yeah, Flavia's amazing.
I love your music.
Obrigada.
De nada.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we have some cool stuff. July 21st.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.